we're gonna do a little experiment this episode. An experiment that I think a lot of people have asked for over the years. A lot of people ask me, what kind of battery bank should I have? And what makes sense? I'm gonna go out for this long. I'm gonna have this, and this. So what I'm gonna do, I have a new 300 amp hour battery that we're gonna do a full charge on, and we're gonna go out without hooking it up to any solar or anything, and we're gonna run everything. The refrigerator at 12 volt, everything off of it except for the cooktop. We're gonna cook with propane. We're gonna see how long that lasts. Then we're gonna take that same battery after running everything, and we're gonna charge it all the way back up at the dock on a charger. Then we'll bring it back out and we'll run everything off of it except for the refrigerator. The point of this will be to check the difference between a propane refrigerator or a cooler, or running all of that stuff on your 300 amp hour battery. It will also tell you how long you can stay out on a 300 amp hour battery with a medium sized refrigerator, that kind of thing. We're gonna figure that all out. The other thing, I got a generator, and my old one didn't die completely, but it wasn't charging more than 1100 watt. It was like 1000 watts coming out of it, which is only enough to charge one battery. And what I like to do is I like to have the air conditioner plugged into a battery that will run it for 5 hours. Then I run the generator to charge that battery, so it's a pass-through. And anytime the generator dies for whatever reason, then the battery kicks in and keeps the air conditioner going for 5 hours. And then myself, I never leave the boat for more than 5 hours. Now, this is the only time that any of that happens. And for some reason, we only think about this, but there's like 20 days in summer where it's dangerous for me to leave the dog and cat in this boat without running air conditioning, right? There's only, I mean, when you Google it, there's only 7 days that are 24 hours below freezing every winter in Tennessee, but it's more like 15 days of winter. Other than those 35 days of the year, I don't use the generator. I just typically get by using the diesel heater, a fireplace, a fan, a 12 volt fan, and the 12 volt fan will run off of even my smallest battery box for something like 32 to 48 hours. So if you're not using a box fan, if you're not using high voltage, you need very minimal amount of battery at all to live out here off grid. It's just those really cold days and those really hot days, and for some reason people focus on it. But the reason why there's more houseboats here than anywhere else in the world is because the climate allows for it. It's not 6 months of heat or 6 months of rain. It's just a small time out of the year, you know. And right now it's perfect weather. Perfect weather. Well, without a doubt, that's the best looking battery I've ever seen. That green is awesome. The black and green is really cool. I mean, if you were decking out your electronic closet with a little bit of, you know, lighting and make it look perfect, these are really good looking batteries. So I think the fact that the battery, a 300 amp hour battery, can run everything in this houseboat for 5 days pretty much tells you that'll cover a long holiday weekend. You know, even if you go out on a Thursday and you stay out till Monday night, you know. So do you need a generator? Do you need solar? Not if you're going to just go out for 5 days or less than 5 days. Once you move into that 2 week and start staying longer, then you got to start looking at, you know, having solar power on your boat or a generator for charging, or doing an alternative where right now what I do, River and I are working on this together. Anyways, what I do is I run my propane refrigerator, and it works out to be, the maximum is $17, but it's typically around $15 to fill it up. And that I do every 52 to 55 days. So right now we ran the battery back to the dock on the 15th, charged it overnight. I put another battery in there to run everything, and I put the refrigerator back to propane. So nothing went bad on my boat during this experiment. And then once the battery was recharged all the way back up to 13.4 and full charge, we brought it back and we put it in here, and we ran, the only difference is now we're running the refrigerator off of propane. And it is now the 27th. By the time we got the refrigerator back, the battery back here, and running the setup, it was the 17th. So we're 10 days in, and I think we're right now at 13.1. So we've lost 0.3 volts in 10 days by not running the refrigerator on that system. So I've always pointed this out. I've always said this, that everyone I know out of the 30 or 40 people that I know that live off grid, either permanently or have done it in a large chunk of time in their lives, no one was strictly solar. Every single person had a solar, they had a generator, and they ran their refrigerator and their cooktops off of propane. No barking, buddy, no bark. Hey, can you stop? Stop it. Shh. Nope, you can cry a little bit, but don't bark. And I think when you look at it, unless you're in a really sunny area with very little clouds and very little rain and very little winter, plus it also has to be an area where it's not so hot that you have to hide from the sun in the shade with any nomadic vehicle. That's another problem, right? So my recommendation is to do the refrigerator off of propane. And I think most people do that already. And then my other recommendation, and this is a pretty serious one, is just don't use electricity. Just don't have a TV, don't have laptops. Use tablets, use a little bit less electricity, but in reality, a larger phone screen can do most of the things your tablets do. And then, you know, if you're a person that wants to watch TV every night and watch big screen TV, that's just something you're budgeting for in your batteries. It's not like this whole off-grid system can't handle it. You're just buying more batteries to last long, to spend more energy in between charging, right? You know, everything that I just said could be doubled immediately just by buying a second 300 amp hour battery. And now you can stay out 10 days, right? So it's kind of like we've realized how to do it, how to have all of our luxuries away from being on the grid. It's just a matter of how much effort and time and money you're going to put into it, right? So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming and checking on this experiment. It was kind of fun to kind of play scientist for a couple of weeks. And then I'll run this thing down again, and I'll make a short when we get there. So if it's 20 days, I'll post it when we get to the end of it. But right now, we started on the 17th. It's now the 27th, and it's at 13.1. And it's running every single thing in there except for the refrigerator. Except for the refrigerator and the cooktop. Can you do one time where you don't bark? Can you sit? Hey, sit down. Stay. No barking. You guys wonder why I don't catch any fish. You also wonder why I don't fish with him in the little dinghy. Could you imagine that? We'd pop it. One of the things I think people do wrong with their anchors, number one, when you're pulling them up, pull the boat forwards, and then right when the boat is above the anchor, lock the line down and have the boat pull the anchor out of the mud. Don't throw your back out pulling the anchor out. Number 2, when it's not real windy, have a little anchor that is easy to take up and down, and then use your big metal anchor, your huge Danforth, when you need it. Don't use it all the time. You know, you can have a little bell anchor that's super easy to go up and down when there's less than 5 or 8 mile an hour wind, you know. To check on the sunset. It's about time for our sunset cruise, buddy. Are you sleeping under the covers? Little girl. So I've come over here, I'm trying to get that typical photograph of like the trees with the dark tree with the sun in the background going down, lighting it up so you see the dark branches. I'm trying to just get it just right. Give you a little more room there, buddy. Alright, well, we're running garbage back. And basically we take it to the marina and we put it in their dumpster. You don't need to rent a dock to use the marina dumpsters along the TWRA area. That is all rented area. It's all park. It's all places where you can launch your boat for free, park your truck for free, and use a dumpster. It's part of the leasing agreements. It's offering public access. But again, I have a dock there, so I can put stuff in the dumpster. The other thing we're doing, we're gonna pick up a generator. I was able to get a new generator, and I ended up buying a generic version of the one I have. But even the part numbers and everything are exactly the same, so I feel like it's just a cheaper version of it. We'll try it out. We'll see how it works. Hopefully it'll work just as long as this last one did for me. If not, it's something we'll learn along the way, right? All right, so that's how we deal with garbage. Well, it basically goes to the same dump everybody else's garbage goes to. I just don't drive all the way there. I'm gonna put the oil in, spark plug changer, oil. It looks good. It's definitely smaller. I mean, give credit where credit's due. Look at this thing. That's perfect. Alright, so I gotta add engine oil, obviously. Too. That's cold. That's cold. You wanted to go for a boat ride, brother. Woo. This don't make it feel alive. I don't know what will. Don't know what will. Taking a shower while you're boating. Not recommended. Now he's gonna jump on the boat and push me away. He's a goofball. You're a goofball, buddy. Stay on the boat. No! Ah. I missed you too. That was like 30 seconds.
That sunrise light, that little red light, really makes this boat look, like, makes pictures look good. Look at that.